about to leave. Already packing, come with me. I'm not.
Hello friends and enemies. At your request, today's video is coming straight at you. So I posted my video on how to read more, and I think I got a lot of comments asking about my out-of-state library cards. I also had a comment from a friend when I mentioned it. She wanted to know what I was talking about, what is going on. So I just thought I would round up a bunch of things that I've said I would talk about into one video about how I save money on books. I want to caveat this is all about digital book buying, not physical book buying. So you need to know that going in. So if that's not what you're looking for, I'm not the place for you. Check out Thrift Books, Ebooks, and I think there's a couple other sites that are pretty that aren't shitty like Book Outlet. But yeah, that's not this. This is literally about how I save money and buy books digitally and audiobooks, all of those things. So first up, we're gonna talk about the extensions I use. All right, we've transitioned to my computer. Hopefully the sound's not too different, but a lot of people I know do this, right? Where you have a book wish list and you put the books you want on it and occasionally check it for price drops. So like Parts to Love You's on sale, cool. Well, it's in Kindle Unlimited right now, but beyond the point, this is just to kind of show you what my extensions, what I do. So up here is my EreaderIQ. I feel like you guys can install an extension. So I'll click on it, let's say, and I'll look at all. Oh, cool. It's $3.99 to buy right now. It's been down to $1.99 last in June of 2019. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. This is a good deal. But it shows you that history. You can do you can do a year in the last month. And then if you log in, you can have a price alert set. So I might set a price alert for when it reaches a certain price. So for me, let's say that's $1, not $41, $1.99. If I'm already, I always do update the notification price if I'm already tracking a book, just in case for some reason I put in a higher price than I think I want to pay for it. I'm not actually going to buy this, but that's how I use EreaderIQ. They also have a website which does list books on sale when you search, and they're always asking for support because it's basically their hobby. So like I said, I do give them money regularly to support the site because I use it so much. And then you'll get notifications on what's on sale. So here's just a sample of some of mine that I've gotten lately. And then you can just stop tracking. So I'm trying to get all of the Queen's Thief books. So this one says remove it from my tracking after I buy it. You just click here and they'll stop tracking. So that's it. It's that simple. EreaderIQ is honestly one of the best resources. You can go through and watch what you're tracking. You could track certain authors. I like BookBub, but I do think that this is much more intuitive than BookBub. And I think it's easier as you shop on a desktop. You have to do this on a laptop or a desktop. This is not going to work on your phone. That's the only downside. Or you have to come to the website on your phone and manually input this information. So that's the only downside. But I do think it's worth it because I have saved so much money on books through this site. But yeah, I cannot recommend EreaderIQ enough. And on that note, let's go back and I'm going to show you my other extension. This just pops up on your page when you're shopping. So this is the library extension. This is their website. It's very simple. You can install in Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer / Edge, whatever it's called now. And all you do is you can open it and close it. You are able to... So anyways, I like this because any book I click on, it's going to tell me what my libraries have. So a lot of my libraries have it. Order. Okay. So a book like this that's already up for pre-order, it's going to show me that no one has it yet, more than likely. But when I go to... We'll go to Beach Read because that's a popular book, even though I hated it. So see, when we look at Beach Read here, it tells me that this system has 0 out of 4. This system has 0 out of 14 available, 55 copies. So I know, like, if I click on this, I'll get my wait time, you know, 9 weeks. Okay, cool. You know, I can look at the copies and people waiting. But this gives me an idea of, like, if something I want to read, like the Happy Ever After playlist, if I can just get it now. So, yeah, if I really want to read this right now, I can just get it from my library instead of spending $9.99 on the ebook. Library extension, if you bookshop on your desktop or laptop computer, I keep saying desktop because that's what I use a desktop. It's invaluable, guys. Truly invaluable. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. I love this thing. I save so much money because I'm able to quickly see what book I want to read that is on what. It works on Goodreads. So it works on almost any website with a book. Okay, yeah, what else? Okay, so we'll look at the new Louise Penny. I'm not going to read it, but is it not out yet? Whoop, okay. Anyways, it works on Barnes & Noble. It works on Kobo, I believe. Okay, it works on Kobo. So I'm looking at a JR Word book. It's telling me what libraries have it. But yeah, it'll show you on Goodreads. Like, it's very easy. If I personally browse books on my desktop because I like to know that I'm adding them to the right lists. Library extension and EreaderIQ, y'all, like, need to get on it and add it to your reading regimen, like how you buy books. I hope this is helpful. Let's go talk about library cards and how I have so many out-of-state libraries. All right, y'all. So out-of-state library cards. Here's how do I want to talk about this? All right, so I have multiples. I'm actually gonna pull my app up right now. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I have 7 total. See if it'll focus. So yeah, I will just pop up a screenshot here of all of my library cards so that you can see what I'm talking about. I even have a physical library card for Brooklyn. So I have joined multiple out-of-state libraries at this point. I've been a member of 3 total. One of them has discontinued their out-of-state program, unfortunately, which was the Philadelphia Free Library. So if you see that on a list somewhere, y'all, it's a no-go. They have discontinued their out-of-state program, unfortunately. And it was one of the best ones. But the other 2 I'm part of, I really, really like. So I am also part of the Brooklyn Public Library. I was able to sign up online for the Brooklyn Public Library super easily. It's $45 a year or $50 a year. I think I paid $45 last year. It may have gone up. I cannot guarantee prices right now. Obviously, I don't. I will link you to the pages to go to sign up, but that one was really easy. If you are a US citizen, all you have to do is send them a picture of your driver's license after you sign up. You're good to go. And then when your rollover comes up for the next year, you just email them and they charge it to your account as a fee. You pay the fee, you're done. I love the Brooklyn Public Library. We love it so much that my mom actually got her own account because we use it so heavily. It's one of the best I've had access to because they really are good about getting in a lot of new romance titles, and I love that about them for me. I also find that I'm able to do a lot of things with minimal weight and that they buy a lot of copies. It is a big library. That's probably why. The other out-of-state one that I joined is the Charlotte Mecklenburg Library, which isn't quite out of state for me. If you've been following me for a while, you know I'm in the Charlotte area, but I don't work in Charlotte, or also, like, I'm able to drive to this library, so I didn't join it online. I like went into the library branch itself because I could drive there and signed up. It was $35 then. I think it's gone up since to $45. And I really like the Charlotte Library as well. It also gives me access to the North Carolina Kids Library, where I'm able to check out a lot of like Rick Riordan and some of those books I like that are more middle grade very easily and quickly. The Charlotte Library I think is also a great resource. It's a smaller library network than Brooklyn, so the selection is a little bit less, but I do find that they get a lot of the new big titles in and that I usually don't have too bad of a wait. And that's been delightful. I also like supporting my local next county over-ish library. Another suggestion I have is if y'all are really looking for a library that is for more options, check if your library is part of a consortium, which is when a bunch of libraries join forces together to have a bigger online library. Also, you can go like one county over to their library and talk to them about an out-of-county card. A lot of them don't have it set up so you can do it online, but you can do it in person. This is like such a good resource though. This is how I have saved so much money on books, and actually I'm gonna grab that number for you. The list price of everything I borrowed from the library this year so far in September is over $1,000, $1,200 total of borrowing right now. And that's not counting any physical book I check out from my local library and the sheer volume of books I totally forget to track on my library acquisitions. This also counts Hoopla, which I get through my local library. None of the out-of-state libraries give you access to Hoopla when you do an out-of-state card. That's the rarity, unfortunately. The other thing I do is friends and I also swap library cards. So if I live here and my friend lives in Texas, which is the case, we have swapped library cards. She has access to my Charlotte one and my local county one, and I use her Texas one. It's really helpful. I do enjoy it. There is one other library I found that seems like a good option, is the Texas Houston library. You can sign up, but from what I could tell online, you have to send them a check, and like, I'm not doing that. That's too much work, but it's only $40 for a year if you want to give it a go. Let me know if you do try it, because yeah, I've just not gotten there. You also, I know that like if you're in LA or you're not far from LA, you can sign up for the Los Angeles Public Library card in person for out of state, but you can't do it online. Again, kind of sucks, but that is like the best resource I have found. I thought this was like a known thing, but apparently it's not. I think I learned about it a long time ago on like the Kindle forums back in the day on the K-boards, if anybody is familiar, probably not. Yeah, I think that's where I heard about it. I was researching like libraries for Kindle users. And then let's talk about audiobooks real quick. Amazon offers that WhisperSync added narration for cheap. When I check out a library book, it will tell you if the Audible book, if I get the ebook, it'll tell me if the Audible book is like $3. If that book is $3, I may buy it. Maybe I'm gonna check out the library book and buy that $3 narration and return the library book. You never know. I think that's a really great way to save money on audiobooks. Also, I think that Libro FM, who I really like, I've talked about them many times in videos. I like that they support local bookstores, has the Avon Kiss Club where they offer different romances on sale every month as audio. I use this a lot to pick up audiobooks for romances I want to listen to. And they have a YA one, so you can pick up some YA books that way as well. There's also Chirp, if you've heard of that. You can get emails daily with audiobook deals. I've yet to buy from Chirp. Has anyone bought from Chirp? Let me know. The other thing I wanted to touch on is like, if you're paying full price for Kindle Unlimited, y'all, there's a problem, because what you should be doing is cancel, get a free trial, get the deal of it, where it's like $60 for a year or $35 for 4 months. Y'all, do not pay full price. And I wouldn't tell you like these things, like I'm not really that frugal of a person. I just try to save money in spots that make sense. And for me, reading makes a lot of sense to save money because I want to be able to buy books that I love and beautiful editions of books. But I can't do that if I'm buying every single book I read at the end of the day. That's how I save money on books. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna go sign up for an out-of-state library card now, and what you do to save money on books, because yeah, it's expensive to be a reader, especially if you're trying not to buy like $20 audiobooks all the time and like $9.99 ebooks. And let me know if any of these resources help. I hope they're informative and helpful. I hope this makes sense. Yeah, that's all I got. Bye, y'all.
Really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know.